Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm back from my trip, my one-day trip. Back from my busy weekend. It was a crazy-ass weekend. I also forgot to change the date on the shelmet again. I feel like I've done that every fucking night. Is like forget to change the shelmet date and we go through this. It's a pretty common occurrence. And my camera's not picking up properly again. God damn it. But how is everybody? How are we doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see everybody. I is a sleepy boy today. I'ma just come right out with it. I am very, very sleepy. What's going on, Ren? Hello. Hopefully today we get one of these shinies that we've been chasing for what, 2 weeks now? We've been stuck on these two guys for a while. Hopefully tonight's the night one of these hunts ends. It would be awesome if both of these hunts ended tonight. That would be really cool. I don't know that that's gonna happen, but it would be very cool if it did. Right, Thing? What the hell? But it was a busy weekend for me. It was a very busy weekend, and I am exhausted. Oh, interesting decision to make there, Ren. Making you hate it even more. Damn. You know, Fang, going into the hunt, I didn't think that was possible, but, you know, leave it to me to find a way, right? Leave it to me to figure that shit out. So, yeah, I don't know. Dude, it's been a day today, right? Like, I haven't really been hungover. Like, I didn't have a headache. I wasn't nauseous, like nothing like that. But I definitely have not felt the great, like 100%. You know what I mean? Hi, Squiddies. Hi. So it's like I haven't been like hungover, but I've definitely just been tired. Like I slept last night, or I should say I slept this morning. But it wasn't like the greatest, most restful sleep ever. You know? That drunk sleep doesn't always hit right. So, and then it was just super hot. Like, I kind of feel like, like when you wake up after like you've been like going hard and you're just hot. You know that like drunk hot feeling? Hit different, or you have to wake up every. I see, I think it's good. I didn't. I like woke up once to pee, and it was like I slept for like 5 or 6 hours, woke up to pee, went back to sleep, slept for a couple more hours, woke up. But I was just like, it wasn't restful sleep. And I woke up a bunch during the night, and it was like, it was like me and Book were on a futon. I didn't have my CPAP. I was drunk as shit. It wasn't the best situation to try to sleep, you know? So I woke up a lot. And like it happens, but like, I mean, it wasn't like I felt like shit this morning. Like I said, I was just so hot when I woke up. And like, even like just trying to like get myself going and wake up and everything, I was just like, I was just staring at Eric's pool. Like, I want to jump in that fucking pool right now. Very nice, Ren. Awesome. Not in your own bed to sleep and can make it really hard to sleep. Happens to you in hotels. See, I think oddly enough, I sleep really good in hotels typically. I usually don't have that problem with like not being in my bed. Sleep in the pool. Dude, I thought about it, Fang. Oh my god. But like I got up this morning and I was just staring at the pool like I want to jump in so bad. But like we were trying to like, you know, get ready to leave and stuff because Eric actually woke up at a decent hour, which was kind of surprising. Like he woke up with us like around the same time. So like we had some breakfast together, we hung out for a little bit. But it was one of those like we were ready to hit the road and like pick up our dogs and get home because we had a long drive ahead of us. Like we knew we were gonna be in the car for, you know, 3.5 hours, and like we were just ready to get on our way. So like I wasn't trying to like hold us up by like swimming in the pool for a half hour. And so I just was like, whatever, I'll be good. So like we just kind of got, you know, had breakfast, got our stuff together and hit the road. But like we stopped at the gas station, filled up, got some Gatorades, tried to rehydrate on the drive, you know. No, there was AC, Squid. It's just I get really hot when I'm drinking, and that like just drunk hot carried over to hangover hot. As weird as it is, like it was a me problem. It wasn't a house problem. Like I was just hot. So you get all hot, then you start feeling all sweaty, and yeah, see that's where I was at, Squid. I just felt gross. Like I just felt gross. Like I didn't have a headache. I didn't have like my stomach wasn't hurting. Nothing like that. I didn't have any of the usual hangover symptoms. I just felt gross and hot. And like I was like yawning the whole way home. Ugh. I'm still yawning now. And Book was like, are you gonna take a nap when we get home? And I was like, I mean, probably, but I'm gonna try not to. Like, I need to sleep tonight because I have to be in the office tomorrow, and like I'd really, you know, I don't want to do anything that's gonna like keep me up later, so I'd rather just not nap. So we got home around 3:30. I laid in bed with the dogs for a bit, loved on them because I hadn't seen them in a few days. And then like I took a shower, tried to like, you know, collect myself. Came out, got the computer up and running, got everything set up for stream, was watching some videos, ate some food, and I was getting ready to like start. And then as usual, it happens all the time to me lately. As soon as like I got everything ready and I was like wanting to start stream, it just really hit me how tired I was. And I was like, I can't do shit right now. Like Book came out to like see what I was doing, and I was literally just sitting here with my like doom scrolling my phone. Like I was like, I don't have the energy to fucking exist right now. So I went and laid down with the dogs for a bit, took like 2 20-minute naps. It wasn't even like a full nap. I kept like kind of drifting in and out of sleep for like a half hour or so. And yeah, it just kind of was like weird. And so I finally got up because I was like, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna do this all night, and then I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Like I need to just get up. So I ended up just kind of forcing myself to get up and spent the last like 40 minutes just like kind of walking around the house trying to like psych myself up and get myself like in the stream mind, you know what I mean? Like and Jake said I gotta do my daily shiny roll on Jake's stream. Oh, 4247. Fuck you. You need an energy drink or a cup of coffee. That probably isn't smart with it being late. Yeah, Squid. I thought about having like making some G Fuel or something, but I was like, nah. It's 7 o'clock. The last thing I need at 7 p.m. is like an energy drink and caffeine and shit. Like, fuck that noise. I'm not doing that. So, just kind of like walked around, tried to psych myself up, get ready for stream. And I was like, well, it's kind of now or never. Like, let me just go ahead, get started. We'll see how long I can make it through stream. You know, see how long I can go tonight. Hopefully, you know, now that I'm live, it kind of starts to wake me up a little bit. And I get in a little bit better of a headspace. I thought about, like, just skipping the YouTube stream tonight. And just doing Twitch so I could play my music. And, like, you know, maybe the music will help wake me up. But then I was like, I'm kind of musiced out after 2 concerts this week. I'm just really not interested in listening to music right now. So yeah, it was a fucking weekend, dude. I don't even know, like, I did too much this last week. I did too much. And I'm just kind of socially burnt out. And like exhausted from it all. Like, yeah, I think the last couple of days, like, we went to the Avril concert. We got home from that at like midnight. I slept for 6 hours. Then we got up. I drove 3 hours out to Eric's. We partied for 12 hours. And then completely crashed and woke up and drove 3 more hours. Socialized for 30 minutes and I'm done with people for 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, I typically feel like doing that, Squid. Like, I have to force myself through stuff. So it's been a week, you know, between Baby Metal, the baseball game, Eric, Avril. Like, it's been a lot. I did more this week than I've done in months. So, and now I got a long work week ahead of me here. It's gonna be a lot of nonsense. Like, tomorrow will probably be all right. Like, I have to be in the office because my boss is in town. And he wants me there tomorrow before we do the actual project kickoff on Tuesday. So we can, like, go over some things and, like, you know, make sure we're ready and prepared for Tuesday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm in the office because we have the project kickoff. And the company that runs the software we're going to be implementing is going to be on site to get started with everything and get it all rolling. So lots going on this week. I'm not sure how it's going to affect stream. Like, I'm hoping to still stream Resident Evil this week. That's still the plan going into it, but depending on tomorrow, I might push Resident Evil back a week. I gotta see how things go tomorrow. And then, like, there's nothing scheduled at this point. Like, they haven't said anything about it, but I'm assuming they're gonna do, like, team dinners and stuff. At least one night this week, if not every night. Like, it's kind of something pretty normal we do, and we've got you know, companies we work with, like, when they're in town, a lot of times we'll just, like, do, like, team dinners where I'll meet up after work. And so if we're doing that, that's going to affect things, because as much as I'm not the, oh, let's go out and socialize and do all this crazy shit kind of person, one, free dinner and drinks on the company credit card is always good. And if me and Book can save a little money by my company or their company paying for my dinners most of the week, I'm 100% down for that. And just like from a professional standpoint, like taking the time to like, you know, be quote unquote a team player and socialize and network and stuff is a smart move on my part. So if we are doing the team dinners, I will probably participate in those. I also know the team dinners are going to devolve into like nonsense all night. I will not be participating in any further nonsense. So I will be skipping that part of it if they decide to like go out, because I'm trying to remember the last time this company was in town. It ended up being a whole fucking thing where like I had an 11 o'clock meeting, like 11 p.m. meeting, with one of our sites in Malaysia, and I literally had to like ditch the group and do the meeting in my truck because they were still out, and it was supposed to be dinner, and it turned into bar hopping downtown St. Pete. And at just before 11, I was like, all right, I have a meeting, so I need to go. And they were all like heading to like a karaoke bar at 11 o'clock. And this was like on like a fucking like Tuesday or Wednesday night they were doing this shit. So I'm assuming that's going to be pretty par for the course this week. So I'm definitely going to skip out on that. I might, if it ends up being like an all week thing, like I'm kind of thinking it will be, I'll probably join them one night just to like, again, network and, you know, be a little on the social side of things and try to, you know, improve my standing with, you know, people that matter within my company and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I'm still, like I said, I'm still hoping that we'll be doing Resident Evil this week, but worst case, I'll push it back to next week if I feel like this week just isn't going to be good for it. Because I definitely want to be able to enjoy the game. I don't want to be like sitting here fighting for my life, streaming and trying to have fun. Like, if I'm going to be super tired or, you know, just be kind of like getting out home late or anything like that, like, I'd rather just do like a short shiny hunting stream and just kind of have a nice little relaxing evening with you guys, versus trying to fight my way through a game that I'm supposed to be having fun with. Because let's be real, I want to really be able to enjoy Dami Mommy. Big Mommy Tibbies, exactly, Squid. I gotta have my wits about me to be able to focus on those and give them the attention they deserve. You know what I mean? Nothing like I really don't get how both of these hunts have gone on for so long. This is something else. I hate bringing it up, but the fact that the shelmet is on the same file as Doughblade, and I've now gone, I've gotten one shiny in my last 11,000 checks, is fucking insanity. It's a little wild. Your sister were playing Fort the other night. Person in the beginning lobby had a Gwen Stacy skin. He made a comment that she had an ass that rivals Elastigirl. And you had to quickly Google him. Gwen Stacy was underage. Oh my god. See, I never have that thought. Like, it never occurs to me to think, is a fictional character underage? Like, I typically do the eye test of, like, does this character reasonably look and act like they're over the age of 18? And if the answer to that is yes, then that's as far as I go with it. I don't look like, oh, what's their canonical age? Because, like, the age the artist assigns to the character is just arbitrary. Like, you see it in anime all the time. Like, oh, here's a character that looks 8, but she's actually 10,000 years old. All right, well, she might be over 18, but it's definitely really weird of you to sexualize that character because they look like they're fucking 8. Like, I don't care what the artist says is their age. No, you don't do that. That's just a no-go. You know? Versus the opposite of, they draw a character that's, like, clearly drawn as an adult, but then they just say, oh, well, this character's 16. Like, yeah, it's a little, you know what I mean? It's a little sus. As long as I'm not gooning them, I think it's okay to make a comment about their ass or something. Sis was like, that's illegal. And I'm like, bro, it's a fictional character in a game about shooting people. Yeah, see, that's my attitude, Squid. That was like when I was playing Scarlet and Violet and I made that joke about Nimona and everybody in chat was like, oh, that's illegal, she's underage. But I'm like, look at the fucking way she's drawn. She's drawn as an adult. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Fucking 10-year-olds don't look like that. Like, that's a fucking adult. It's just fucking weird to me, like, people, like, running protection for fictional characters. It's like, really? Really? Save that energy for, like, actual, like, real life children who are being abused. Save the energy for that. Don't come at me over fictional characters. It's just fucking stupid. Now, all that being said, regardless of any of it, I definitely don't goon over animated characters, whether it's anime, video games, or anything else. I'll joke around, I'll make comments, but I don't legitimately goon over fictional characters, regardless of what their canonical age is or what they look like or anything like that. Like, it's a fucking fictional character. Like, if I want to goon over something, I'll goon over book. Him over non-real person is so funny. I'm not attracted to kids. I don't want to ever be as my children gross, but having a character that couldn't be 15 but looks like they're 18, I'm not sorry for making exactly, Squids. Exactly. That's like, that's 100% where I'm at with it. Like, you know, but it's like, there's a difference between a fictional character and IRL, right? Like, when I first started college, I had this one girl in my class, And I was like, oh, like, you know, this chick's pretty cute. Like, it'd be interesting to get to know her. And then we were doing introductions, and it turned out she was like 16 or 17 doing like early college while she was finishing high school. And I was like, oh, never mind that. Who's next? Like, it was it. Like, in real life, that's all it took for me to be like, yep, nope, never mind. And that just comes down to like, hey, what's going on, Omega? You know, that's more like the mental part of it, you know what I mean? Like, I have no, like, there's nothing about somebody that, yeah, like, there's nothing about a 16-year-old that's gonna be of interest, like, at all. Like, no, I'm done. Like, even Book being 19 took me a while to get over it. Better question, are you and Book good after that party? Oh no, we're good, Omega. I wasn't even hungover this morning. I've also been doing, like, lately I've been avoiding, like, actual liquor as much as I can. When I drink, I stick primarily to beer, and I don't really get hungover from beer. And I don't feel, you know, shitty the next day with beer either. Like, I might feel a little gross, but, like, that's it. Like, I don't feel like absolute shit the next day. So, like, I had a little bit of whiskey with Eric and his dad, but overall, 90% of what I drank last night was beer. And even then, I was pacing myself. Like, when I was doing the shotguns, I wasn't drinking in between them. Like, I would do the shotgun, and then I would swim in the pool and hang out for like 30 minutes and be like, all right, let's try it again. So yeah, no, I did a good job of pacing myself and keeping it easy. Book got a little fucky at one point, and she started making Pink Whitney and Sprite drinks, and she drank those a little too fast, so she kind of started getting a little bit more drunky pants than she meant to be. And so, but she was really good about being like, okay, I'm starting to get a little too drunk now, I'm gonna switch back to the Bud Light Limes, and like did the same thing. Like, as soon as she realized like she was starting to get a little too more gone than she wanted to be, she just switched back. So we both made good decisions last night and made sure that we weren't too fucked up today. And for me especially, because like I knew I had a long drive and I didn't want to. Oh, why does that keep happening? You're not supposed to get pre-roll ads when you join the stream. That's not supposed to happen. It's the whole reason I run ads, is so that doesn't happen. Have that one last shot when you're like a teenager. Drink responsibly, kids, but as an adult, you have to pace yourself. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is I just kind of the point now in my life where I'm like, I don't want to feel like shit tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to get, you know, completely blackout and obliterated drunk to have a good time. You know, I was more drinking just to have, you know, for the fun of it, but I wasn't trying to get obliterated. Like, that wasn't my goal. And even Eric did a lot better last night. Like, the last 2 years, dude, he was drunker by like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon than he was all last night. Like, even he woke up this morning and was pretty much just good to go. Like, he's been getting drunker on just his regular VR chat streams than he did last night. Like, we all did a pretty good job with it and didn't let things get crazy. The one thing I absolutely shit-faced, immediately regretted it when it all came back up the next morning. Right, Squids? And it's just like, there's a certain level of drunk where the night's not fun anymore. And I'm not trying to get there. I want to enjoy my night. And I don't want to wake up the next morning regretting the fun I had the night before, you know? I don't need to drink you know, an entire bottle of whiskey by myself to have a good time. I just don't need to do that. Hi, Mika. Hello. You had your fun with beer in high school, never got a hangover, nor do you ever want to? Yeah. Hangovers aren't fun. I don't know that I've ever, like, anytime I've been hungover, it was where I drank way more than I intended to. You know what I mean? Like, it's been those nights. But I usually try to avoid drinking to the point of a hangover. But I've also just changed things. So, like, I know how I am, and like, I know if I'm drinking, it doesn't matter what I'm drinking. I'm gonna drink the same amount, essentially. You know what I mean? Congrats, Kermit. I guess. I don't know. How's the arm doing, Kermit? But like, I know if I'm just drinking liquor, I'm gonna drink way too much of it. And so rather than like trying to kid myself that like, oh, I'm only gonna have a little bit. No, I just skip it and say, I'm just gonna drink beer, and that'll be that. So, but also, like I said, like I knew I had a 3+ hour car ride where I was going to be driving across the state in the morning, and I didn't want to be all fucked up and sick while I was driving. You know what I mean? Still let me know about the the Animal Kingdom trip. Yeah, no, Kermit, I'll let you know. Like I said, I'm trying to wait until the weather cools off. I don't want to be dealing with, you know, massive crowds of tourists and 110-degree heat indexes while we're there. So yeah. That makes sense, Squid. Book tends to stick to like the Trulies and the seltzers more than anything, but for last night, she was like, we were at the store like buying stuff, and she was like, what are you gonna bring? And I was like, I'm just gonna bring a lot of beer. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to be all fucked up the next day. Like, I'll have a couple of shots with Eric, and I'm just gonna drink beer most of the night. And she was like, you know what? That's a really good idea. I think I'm gonna do that too, because I don't want to be hungover. So yeah, no, it was a fun night though. We had a blast. I think we can get into the actual yapping now. I was giving people a chance to show up. I don't want to do all the yapping before everybody was here, you know what I mean? So, since Thursday, what did Arthur go through? Dear God. Dude, Book was struggling at the end of the night. Oh my God. Like that last game of, when we were playing Mario Party, like she was like literally falling over on top of me. Like we were sitting on Eric's bed and she just kept like falling over. Like I would like push her a little bit and she would just go like straight back. Like I would just have to like give her a little poke and she would fall over. Once we got back in the pool though, like everybody kind of sobered up pretty quick from the pool. And by the time we got out of the pool and went to bed, everybody was like good to go at that point. I ended stream Thursday night. Did everything I could to get sleep Thursday night. At about 2:30 in the morning, I realized I was not, in fact, going to be getting any sleep. Put in for PTO for Friday. Finally fell asleep around 5:30 in the morning. Slept for 4.5 hours or so, like about 4.5 hours, because I had shit to do, so I had to set my alarm for 10. Got up at 10. Did a bunch of shit to get ready. Like I had to, you know, run some errands, clean up a bit, pack, drop the dogs off with my mother-in-law, like got all that shit squared away. I streamed for a couple hours, like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours Friday afternoon. Me and Book ended up leaving for the concert around 5. We got about 10 minutes down the road, and I got a notification that they were not opening the doors yet for the concert because there was a bunch of lightning in the area. And so we got out, we ended up stopping at Wawa, picked up a couple of drinks and some sandwiches. We got to the concert venue, hung out, sat on the tailgate because there was like it wasn't really raining anymore. It was like a light drizzle at that point. So we're like, fuck it. We sat on the tailgate, ate our sandwiches, had a beer. A little after 7, they finally opened the doors when the concert was supposed to start at 7. Got in, got our seats. We the Kings came on pretty much like immediately after the doors opened. So we missed like their first song. They did their set. It was still raining a little bit while they were playing. And then because of the late start, there was basically no downtime between We the Kings and Simple Plan. Like, you know, normally at a concert, like between the opener and the second band, there's normally like a 30-45 minute break. It was like 15 minutes between We the Kings finishing up and Simple Plan coming on. By this point, like, the rain had pretty much stopped. It was still a little cloudy. There was a rainbow behind the stage, but we weren't really getting rained on anymore at that point in the night. Simple Plan had a great set. It was, they're one of those bands that, like, I've seen them live a couple of times recently from them opening up for other bands that I want to see. And, like, I used to love them when I was younger, but they're not really a band that, like, are a go-to. Like, they're not anybody I intentionally put on, right? Like, if I have a playlist going and one of their songs comes on, I typically won't skip it, but they're not typically a band that, like, I intentionally listen to at this point, right? But they had a great moment towards the end of their set for their last song. In the middle of the song, they, like, kind of, like, paused the song, and the drummer came up to the front of the stage, and him and the lead singer were talking for a bit, and then the lead singer went and got on the drum set and started playing the drums. The drummer stage dove into the crowd, into the pit, and started crowd surfing, and the lead singer for We the Kings came out and took over vocals. So for the second half of the song, you had the Simple Plan lead singer on drums, the Simple Plan drummer crowd surfing through the pit, and the We the Kings lead singer doing lead vocals for Simple Plan. It was just fucking hysterical to watch it all go down. It was really funny to watch. They finished up their set. Avril came out, and goddamn, like, such a good show. Like, everything about it, like, all the, like, you know, all the different effects that were going on, the stage design, everything was great. I had never really heard her do anything live. And so I was kind of curious going into it, like, how she was going to be at a live show, and she definitely impressed. Like, that chick has got some fucking pipes on her, and she does not get anywhere near the credit for her vocal range that she should, because she was really showing off Friday night. Like, she sounded fucking phenomenal. Like, and it was like the greatest hits tour, so she did, like, mainly stuff from, like, her first 2 albums when she was, like, really big, and was, like, you know, all of her, like, old, like, you know, top 10 and, like, #1 hits was all the stuff she played. So she had, you know, Skater Boy, Complicated, Girlfriend, like, all those songs. And then she had a point where she, like, sat down with an acoustic guitar and did, like, some of her slower songs. She even did Breakaway, which is the Kelly Clarkson breakout song. And people don't realize, but Avril actually wrote Breakaway and recorded it and it was originally supposed to go on her debut album. But when they were putting the album together, they just kind of were like, it doesn't really fit in with the album. And so they opted not to put it on the album. And so she just kind of sat on the song for a while. And then when Kelly Clarkson came up, they were like, what would you think about like selling the song to her? And so Kelly Clarkson listened to it and was like, this is fucking great. And there's actually an interview where she was talking about it where like they didn't tell her. They were just like, they just played her the song and were like, what do you think? Would you want to do your own rendition of this? And she was like, that kind of sounds like Avril. And they were like, oh no, it's Avril. Like, it's definitely her. And she's like, oh shit, okay, yeah, no, I'd love to do an Avril song. And so she ended up doing the song. So if you actually look on the credits to Breakaway, it actually lists Avril Lavigne as the writer. And so it was really cool to see Avril do her rendition of Breakaway with the acoustic guitar. That part was really cool. And then they went back into like the more like upbeat, you know, rockier, like rock style hits that she had from there. And oh, I think this is the last one here. That's what I don't think I'm supposed to run away. I keep forgetting where I'm at in the emolgas here. Yeah, that was the last one. And then towards the end of her set, there was a really cool moment. He just recorded a song like a year or so ago with Simple Plan called Young and Dumb. So Simple Plan came back out and they performed Young and Dumb together. But then halfway through the song, Avril was like, hang on. Like, there's a lot of really cool signs here. I want to read these signs. And so she started going back and forth across the stage, reading like the signs that people had. And when she found somebody with a sign she like really liked, she would like have security bring them over the barricade and bring them up on stage. And so she had like 10 people she pulled out of the crowd all up on stage, and she was like, who wants a skateboard? And she has like an Avril Lavigne skateboard. And so somebody brought out a stack of skateboards, and like literally in the middle of the fucking song, she starts signing skateboards and handing them out to the people that she pulled up on stage. Like just right in front of them. Like the guy would just have the stack of skateboards and she's like signing it, hand it to the person, sign it, hand it to the next one, sign it, hand it to the next one. Oh my god, it's good. She really was acting like a sweetheart. Like, it was so cool. So she finished all that. All those people they finished the song. Those people walked off the stage. She finished the like main set, and for the last song of the main set, she like got off the stage and was like going down the barrier, like high-fiving fans, and she was literally stopping and signing autographs while she was doing this. So like she had like her like bodyguard guy like that was running along behind her, and when she would stop and grab a marker from a fan, you could see on like the monitor where the security guard, like her bodyguard, would like put his hand underneath the item and so that she could sign it, because she still had the microphone in one hand and was still fucking singing. She's running up and down the barricade, high-fiving fans and signing autographs, and never stopped performing. She was singing the entire time. So the bodyguard would have to like put his hand there to hold the fucking item so that she could sign it while she was singing. Like, it was, I've never seen, in like all the concerts I've been to, I've never seen an artist do that much crowd work during the set. Like, it was so wild to see. And again, just the fact that she's like singing and signing autographs at the same time, it was like, holy shit. Right, Squid? So she finishes her main set, and then it got a little weird. Yo, what's going on, JJ? Like, she finishes the main set, comes back out for the encore, but for the encore, she did like all ballads. Like, you'd think she would have ended the night on like a really hyped song, you know, like Skater Boy or, you know, Hello Kitty. It's one of her like really hype hits. Drowsy Hunt in what game, JJ? Scarlet and Violet, or? But she didn't do any like upbeat hype songs for her encore. She did 3 ballads. Like, she did Head Above Water, which I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of Head Above Water. I wasn't really into it when it came out. It wasn't it just never really worked for me as an Avril song. But doing it live, like, holy crap. She fucking knocked it out of the park. Like, she did such a good job with that song live, it almost made me like the song. You got a massive headache, but when wanting a shiny Hypno, so you can name it Dr. Phil. Well, I'm sorry about the headache, JJ. Hopefully you get your shiny here soon. But yeah, like, she did a great job with it. And then it was like, all right, well, she did that. And I was expecting her to do like a really upbeat, poppy, kind of like her pop rock style. But her encore, she did 3 ballads. It was 3 slow songs. And like, I'm trying to remember, she did that, I'm With You, and I'm trying to remember the third one she did. Fuck, I can't remember the third one, but they were all slower, like, ballad type songs. And like, she was great. Like, vocally, she sounded so amazing. She was belting, like, she was like really giving it her all and like showing off her range, and it was like really cool to see. But it just felt kind of anticlimactic to take this show that like up until then had been very high energy, very hype, you know, a lot of, you know, really hard, you know, not hard, but like just very up-tempo, upbeat songs, you know, a lot of bass and all this stuff, and then end the night on 3 ballads was kind of anticlimactic to me. Like, I kind of wish she had saved like Skater Boy for the very last song of the encore and finished the night on that high like that, instead of bringing the energy down and ending the night. It kind of felt weird to me to do it that way. So I mean, overall, like, it was a great night. We the Kings were great live. Simple Plan is always great live. They do such a good job, like, with their live performances. You know, lyrically, their songs are meh. Like, you know, the Simple Plan they're not lyrical geniuses, right? They made their name and their fortune off of doing, you know, teen emo kind of anthems. So they're pretty, you know, there's not a lot of depth to the lyrics. It's a lot of I'm mad at my dad kind of songs, if you don't know Simple Plan. But they do a great job live, and they definitely, you know, deserve a little more credit for their musical abilities, even if lyrically they're kind of void. Like I said, Avril just fucking knocked it out of the park. Like, and even at 40, she is still so fucking hot. Like, dear God. Like, to be that hot at 40 years old is pretty fucking nuts. It's kind of crazy how she could still look that good. Yeah, Squid, Avril's 40 now. And like I said on the Discord the night of the show, if I died with her sitting on my face, I would not complain. Sorry, JJ, I don't know what to tell you, man. Although, I will say, for Simple Plan, one funny thing they did, so, like, one of their biggest hits is I'm Just a Kid. And like the lyrics are, you know, I'm just a kid and my life is a nightmare. And so they always like, they used to have t-shirts that would say I'm just a kid on the front and my life is a nightmare on the back. You're an inch taller than Avril. How tall is she? She looked like she it was hard to see how, because she's on these giant platforms, so it's hard to see what, like, how tall she really was. But so Simple Plan changed their shirt now, and they have like the I'm just like where it says like I'm just a kid, the a kid is crossed out, and then it's got like an adult written over it. So now the shirt's I'm just an adult and my life is a nightmare. So I thought that was a pretty cool way to do their merch. 5'2" according to Google. God damn. She looked a lot taller on stage, but it must have been the giant ass platform boots she was wearing. But it was great because like before she did Here's to Never Growing Up, he was like, how many teenagers do we have in the crowd tonight? And there were a few cheers. And then she's like, how many adults do we have in the crowd tonight? And everybody erupts. And she's like, how many adults in the crowd are still teenagers? And like everybody blows up. And she's like, yeah, me too. It went in, went into Here's to Never Growing Up. But it was just so funny, like being a crowd of like a couple thousand 30-something-year-old teenagers just reliving their childhood. It was just such a cool moment with all that. So show finishes, and like trying to get out of the parking lot of that venue is always a bitch because there's only really like one exit for like everybody to go through. Oh no, like all three of them did Squid. Like they know their audience. Like We the Kings was like, you know, look, we understand. We've been a band for over 15 years now. Most of our fan base and our audience have knee and back problems. And like Simple Plan was like, we've been a band for like over 20 fucking years now. And we know most of you have been here for like, you know, been a part of our, you know, our life for all of that. And even Avril was talking about, you know, she wrote her first song at 16, and you know, the fact that so many people in the audience have been listening to her music and been a fan from day one, 24 years later, to still be showing up in the rain to see a concert for her. You know, they were all very much like aware and appreciative of the fact that like, hey, like, you know, y'all have been following us for so fucking long, and it was a cool night. But after the show, trying to get out of the venue is always a pain in the ass. It always is. And so I just stopped trying to get out. So like I usually bring like a couple of beers and some snacks. And so after the show, whether I'm with Book or a friend, we'll typically just sit on the tailgate. I usually have my speaker with me. We'll put on some music in the parking lot, and we'll just sit on the tailgate, have one last beer, eat some snacks, give the crowd like 30 minutes or so to die off, and then we'll get out of there. Dude, we were fucking sitting on that tailgate for an hour staring at the same fucking car that was right next to, like, nobody moved for like a fucking hour. Nothing moved. I don't know if there was an accident at the exit or what happened, but legit an hour after the show ended, nobody had moved. And then once traffic actually started moving, it was pretty quick where we were able to get out of there. But there was a really funny moment. There's like traffic finally started to move a little bit, and we were like one of the only vehicles in that section still. Like everybody else had pulled out and had just been sitting there stuck. And this one car pulls up, and the guy rolls the window down, and he's like, hey, would it be cool if like my girl really has to pee? Would it be cool if she just like, you open your doors and let her pee like by your truck? And I was like, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but like there's a porta potty right there. And I like point like just like right behind my truck, and he's like, oh shit, I didn't even see that, thanks man. And like the two girls jumped out of his car and ran over to the porta potty. Like how long were they holding it that they were like, okay, last resort, let's see if this guy will use his truck to hide us so he can pee. And the whole time there was a porta potty just 10 feet of fucking away from him that they didn't notice. But we ended up getting home at like 12:30. And we had figured we'd be home like 11:30 was kind of what we were thinking. Didn't get home until 12:30. Book basically went right to bed. I ended up going to bed around 2 or so. Got like 5 hours of sleep roughly. Got up, threw our shit in the truck, and headed to Eric's. So like, again, 2 nights in a row, really didn't sleep, and then had a bunch of crazy shit to do. Fucking, the drive out to Eric's ended up being not that bad. It only took us like 2.5 hours to get there, which is really good because we have to drive through Orlando, and normally the Orlando traffic is so fucking horrible. But we only ended up getting stuck in traffic for like 20 minutes the entire way out. Like right before Orlando, traffic got backed up, but we were like only I think we were like 5-10 miles away from where we got off I-4 onto a different highway to get over to Eric's area. And so we didn't have to sit in the Orlando traffic for too long. I said it was about 20 minutes. We got out to Eric's a little bit before noon. Gave him his birthday presents. Book got him a Minecraft creeper mini fridge, which was really cool. Then we got him, she got him a fucking this VTuber that he likes, like a flag of her. And we got him a bottle of the vodka that he likes to drink. And then I got him the Project Melody G Fuel bundle, but that's still on its way. We don't know when that's going to arrive, but so we got him a couple cool gifts. So we all decided we needed to eat something before the party. So we all jumped in the truck and went over to Five Guys, ate lunch, hung out for a bit. Got back to his place, got everything set up. His friend Anthony showed up. We started the party right around 2, and just everything fucking spiraled fast once we all started drinking. Like, we just played games for a while. Like, we played a bunch of Jackbox Party Pack games. We played Mario Party. Eric and Anthony played some Smash Bros. We spent a lot of time in the pool. Just pretty crazy night. Like, Jackbox was fun. So there's one game in Jackbox called Faker, and you can only play it like in person. It's not the kind of game you can play like over Discord, because you have to be able to see each other in order to play it properly. And if you weren't there for it, the way the game works is you get a prompt, and it'll say, like, you know, raise your hand if you've ever done this, right? Or point at the person that you think would do this. Shit like that, right? And so, you know, the prompt would go down, it would give you a countdown, and then you raise your hand, point, whatever the prompt tells you to do. But the faker in the group doesn't get a prompt. So if you're the faker for the round, you have to judge whether or not to, like, raise your hand, point at somebody, anything like that, right? And you have to decide from there how to act, and then everybody else has to try to figure out, like, who's lying, like, who was just making it up there and had no idea what the prompt was when they acted, is the point of the game. It was really fun to do. So we played a few rounds, and the way it works, you get like 3 chances to figure out who the faker is, and then if you figure out who the faker is, they lose, but if you don't, the faker wins. Well, the first round we did before the pool, the first few games, nobody won as the faker. Eric and Book were getting knocked out on the first question. Most of the time they were the faker because they were just getting really unfortunate questions. Like there was one where it was like, raise your hand if you have a king size bed. And Eric raises his hand and we're like looking at the fucking full size bed we're sitting on and looking at Eric with his hand up like, huh, gee, I wonder who the faker is on this one. It just dumb shit like that. Like one of the funnier ones of the night was the prompt goes, raise your hand if you've ever had a finger in your butt. Doctors count. So I raised my hand. Eric, I think Eric doesn't. Anthony, I think, trying to remember if Anthony raised his hand or not. And then Book doesn't raise her hand. So I look over and I'm like, well, Book's the faker. And she's like, what? I've never put a finger in my own butt before. I'm like, that wasn't the prompt. Read it again. And she's like trying to like talk her way out of it, like, no, like that's never bullet. And I was like, Book, I've literally had my finger in your butt. I know for a fact you've had a finger in your butt. And so Eric and Anthony just point, like immediately vote for her, and she ends up being the faker. And she's like, God damn it, that was such a horrible question. And Eric's chat is just like, oh shit, Book getting fucking outed live on stream right now. What the fuck? Like, you didn't have to do her like that, Arthur. And so it was like, we're having so much fun with it. And then when I was the faker, I would get through the first two questions easily, no suspicion on me. And then the third question would always be something where like it was too obvious I was faking. Like there's one, we get to the third, like the second question was like, raise your hand if, you know, you've seen, you know, just about every Disney movie. So I raised my hand, and again, I don't know what the prompt is when I raise my hand. I'm just hoping that I'm guessing right. And so they were like kind of suspicious looking at me, and I'm like, of course I've seen every Disney movie. I have 2 kids. You really think I don't watch Disney movies? Are out of your fucking mind? And they're like, all right, fair enough. Like, I don't see you voluntarily watching Disney movies, but the kids make sense. So they don't vote me. Next question is raise your hand if you have kids. And again, I don't know the prompt, so I don't raise my hand. And as soon as I don't raise my hand, everybody's like, well, Arthur's the faker this time. I look at the prompt and I'm just like, fuck me. Of course. And like it kept happening like that to me the first time we played it. And I was so mad because I was getting so close to being the only faker to win, and I just couldn't pull it off. So we go in the pool for a bit, we come back in, and we start playing again. I get faker, and I actually pull off the victory. First person on the night to win as the faker. I pull it off. And like Eric was so mad because Eric was saying I was the faker the entire time, but Book and Anthony wouldn't agree with him. And then it's kind of like Among Us, right? So like if everybody votes for the same person, it'll tell you this person is not the faker. And so what I was doing is we were all agreeing that like Anthony was the faker. And right at the last second, I would change my answer so that it wasn't a unanimous vote and it wouldn't say he was the faker. And so everybody was getting so pissed off because nobody knew who was changing the vote. And so like they weren't able to eliminate anybody. And so I win as the faker. We go to the next round. I get faker again. Somehow, some way, managed to pull off back-to-back faker victories. And I am just like showboating like I just won the fucking Super Bowl. Like I'm just like standing up like I am a golden god, bow before me mortals, and I'm just being an absolute asshole about my wins. So then like after that, anytime they were like, they couldn't figure out who the faker was, they would just vote for me. They were literally just looking at it like, okay, like, if Anthony was the faker, he would have given himself away now. If Book was the faker, she would have given herself away now. If Eric was the faker, he would have given himself away now. So it must be Arthur. And it's like I was getting voted and they were catching me as the faker on like the dumbest questions. Like there was one where it was like, point to the person most likely to keep a condom in their wallet. And so again, I don't know the prompt. I pointed Eric. And everybody else pointed at me. Or I think Book pointed at Anthony, and Anthony and Eric pointed at me. And I was like, why the fuck would I keep a condom in my wallet? First of all, I have a vasectomy. I don't need condoms. There's no reason for me to keep one in my wallet. Second of all, this is my wallet, and I pulled out my wallet, and I got one of those like Ridge wallets where it's just, you can put your cards in it and that's it. I'm like, how would I even keep a fucking condom in this wallet? It's definitely not me. And they were like, well, we're still voting for you anyway. And they vote for me as the faker, and I was. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, there was zero reason to think I was the faker there. Y'all are just voting for me because you don't want me to win again. And then another one was like, raise your hand if you have a W in your name. And I don't raise my hand, and they all vote. They're all like, Arthur's the faker. I'm like, how am I the faker? There's no W in Arthur Malik, and there's no W in my real name either. Like, there's no way in hell you could try to say I'm the faker off of this clue. Like, it doesn't make sense. They vote for me anyway, and I'm the faker, and I got so pissed. I was like, what the actual fuck is going on right now, guys? Like, y'all are just voting for me because you don't know who the faker is, and you just don't want me to win. That's the only reason you're doing it. Arthur's Willy Wonka confirmed? Where did you get Willy Wonka from? Oh, W's, duh. It took me a second, JJ, sorry. My brain is not functional 100% tonight. Hey, what's going on, Caro? How you doing? They just don't want to see me. It was literally what it was, Squiddy. They just did not want to see me win. So then I get faker again. Like, it was like one of those happened, and then the very next round, I get faker again. And I didn't even, the best part was I didn't even know I was the faker. So I didn't realize we were starting the next round already, and I was doing something else on my phone. Been better trying to stay cool since it's hot and sticky out. Yeah, I know the feeling on that one, Caro. It was, heat index here today was like 100 degrees. It was gross. It was like 92 and 70% humidity. It was horrible. Right, JJ? God damn. I'm gonna have to start breaking out the pimpan on these hoes. So I'm looking on my phone. I don't even know what's going on. I realize we're like starting a new game. So I pull out my phone. I go back to Jackbox, but it had like kicked me out of the game. So I had to like reconnect into the game. I reconnect into the game, but like just as the timer runs out, I don't even see the prompt. I don't even see that I'm the faker. But at this point, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna throw. Like, I don't care who the faker is. I'm just gonna throw. And so I literally just cross my arms and sit there. And the first question was like, you know, raise your hand if this. And it was like an obvious one. Like, it was definitely something I should be raising my hand for. And so everybody immediately looks at me and they're like, bullshit, Arthur's the faker. And I'm like, whatever you want to think, guys, I'm done. They're like, what do you mean you're done? I'm like, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I say. Whether I'm the faker or not, y'all are still going to vote for me. So it makes zero sense for me to even interact here. Yo, what's going on, Derpy? So I was like, I'm just not going to participate. Like, if that's how y'all are going to be, you're just going to vote for me because you want me to win, and you're not going to have it make sense in any way, shape, or form, then there's no fun in it for me, and I'm not going to participate. So I literally just sat there with my arms crossed, and they voted for somebody else. I get the next prompt and realize I am, in fact, the faker again. And I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm actually the faker this time. They 100% should have voted for me. Second prompt comes up, the timer goes up, I sit there with my arms crossed. And they're all looking at me, and I'm like, I told you I'm not participating. This is fucking stupid. Y'all are gonna vote for me. I know you're gonna vote for me. It doesn't matter whether I'm the faker or not. Doesn't matter what I say. So I'm just not gonna vote. Like, I'm not gonna put my hand up. I'm not gonna interact. Like, do what you gotta do. Vote for me and get it over with. I know you're gonna do it, so just do it. So they vote for, I think, like, they voted for somebody else. Third prompt comes up, same thing. I just sit there with my arms crossed. And they're like, are you really doing this? I'm like, yeah, you guys made the game stupid. You want to vote me out on dumb shit just so I don't win? I'm not participating. I told you this. So they like debate amongst themselves. They end up voting for Eric as the faker. And as they vote for Eric as the faker, Anthony goes, I'm telling you guys, 100%, the faker is Arthur, and you're all being stupid right now. And when he stands up and starts gloating that he won, or no, they voted for Anthony. That's what it was. They voted for Anthony. And he was like, when he stands up and starts gloating over winning this as the faker, it's on you guys. Because I've been saying it's him from the first round. And they're all staring, like, Eric and Book are just staring at Anthony, waiting for the timer to run out and the answer to pop up. And as soon as the timer runs out and they can't change their answers, it pops up on the screen that he is not the faker. And as that message pops up, I stand up and start gloating over them all. And Anthony just started laughing. And Eric and Book look at the screen, and then they turn back and see me. And I'm like, I got you fuckers. I can't believe that shit worked. They were so fucking mad. They were like, you just mind fucked all of us to a victory. They're like, how the fuck did you literally not try and end up winning? How the fuck did you do that? They were like, we really thought you were mad at us. I'm like, oh no, I'm legitimately mad at you guys because you did ruin the game for me. But fuck you, this is what you deserve for doing that. Manipulation king over here. Oh, Squid, I gaslit the fuck out of them. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. They deserved it for voting me out when I didn't raise my hand for raise your hand if you have a W in your name. For that one alone, they fucking deserved it. Like, nah, fuck them bitches for real. But, yeah, from there we played Mario Party, and I got, dude, it's so dumb. I don't even enjoy playing Mario Party anymore. The last few times I've played it, I've won, like, every fucking mini game, but just could never get a star. Like, I just would get shitty rolls or fucked over. And so I'm like, I'm winning every mini game and ending the game with 0 stars. And it's like, what the actual fuck? Like, Anthony was like, had like 4 fucking partners and was rolling like 20s on a small map and just lapping everybody. I don't even think in 10 rounds, I don't even think I did a complete circuit of the map. I didn't even complete the map over 10 rounds. And Anthony did like 3 laps of the board. And I was like, this is fucking dumb as shit. So I got my ass kicked in Mario Party, even though I kicked all their asses in the mini games. So after Mario Party, we went out, spent some more time in the pool, kind of sobered up a little bit, finished off the night, and then from there, like, we came back in, got changed. I think we ended up playing what did we play? We played something else at the end of the night. We did something else, and then we finally, you know, ended everything and everybody went to bed. But it was a crazy fucking night. It was so much fun. Late night feeling iffy from the heat. All right, Caro. I hope you find some way to cool down a little bit. I know feeling like that from the heat sucks. Thank you for the hydrate, Caro. I actually have Gatorade today for hydrating. But yeah, it was just a wild weekend. It was so much fun though, but when I tell you I'm so fucking exhausted today. think definitely had a good birthday. See, there you go, Carol. Get some of that. Lay down, hydrate. You'll feel better. But yeah, no, just from all that, I'm like so exhausted. Like 2 nights of barely sleeping, then partying for 12 hours, not really getting restful sleep after the party, driving 6 hours across 2 days. Like, peach is your favorite flavor? I don't even know that I've seen the peach, Carol. I like the watermelon the best. Watermelon and grape. So yeah, I'm fucking exhausted tonight. Like, I'm alive is the best way I can put it. I'm just alive. But yeah, you know, overall, like I said, just had a really good time. We had a really great weekend. It was super fun. I definitely missed you guys though. It was weird, you know, having 4 nights this week where I didn't stream was kind of weird. I saw the trucks get towed and kids get arrested all weekend. Oh, damn, JJ, what happened there? Oh, the only downside of the weekend, so Saturday was Jangmo-O Community Day in Pokemon Go, and because I was at Eric's, I couldn't do the Community Day like I normally would, so I got 1 shiny Jangmo from the Community Day. So that was like the low light of the weekend. But it was funny because it was the first one I checked. The Community Day started, and I went out to the truck to grab my bag, and like I opened up Pokemon Go, and when I while I was outside, a Jangmo spawned, so I checked it and it was shiny. So the first one I checked was shiny, but I was only able to catch like 10 or 15 of them because I was so focused on the party. I wasn't really looking at my phone and Pokemon Go and stuff, especially because we were doing Jackbox. I was using my phone for the game, so I couldn't really look at Pokemon Go too much. Weekend car event, scraping the coast. It's supposed to be for like lowered cars and trucks, but a bunch of kids brought out their squatted trucks and found out they're illegal in Mississippi. Fuck yes, JJ. I actually, now you mention, I saw TikToks about that. I saw a bunch of TikToks of like, there was like a highway, it was like a beach or something, but there was like a highway and it was just like cop cars lined up with their lights on with all these trucks. I was wondering what that was about. The kids were getting drunk and fighting, arguing with the cops, typical arrogant shit. Serves them right. Fuck the... Dude, people who drive squatted trucks, like... Oh my god. That should be, like... I'm not in favor of the eugenics movement, but... if you drive a squatted truck, you should just be sterilized on site. Hey, what's going on, Dragon? Because you are clearly too stupid, and we do not need your genetics poisoning the gene pool any further. What's going on, Matthew? How you doing, buddy? I don't know what is happening. I'm talking about some dumbasses, stupid kids doing stupid things, Matthew. That's all. How do I with squad right now and say how the fuck do you even right, Squid? You call your district manager on you because you refused to put a battery in his truck. Jeez. It's so stupid. One, how did you can't drive like that. You can't. Like, you can't see properly. 2, it defeats the whole purpose of having a fucking truck to begin with, because now the back end is scraping the ground. And 3, it's a massive safety hazard because, again, you can't see shit. And 2, you can just drive up on top of shit now. Like, it's so dumb. It's like, it should be illegal more widely than it is. I know a lot of states have made them illegal now, but it needs to be a nationwide thing. That just can't be allowed. Like, it's no. I'm all in favor of like doing what you want to do to like your vehicles and being able to do your modifications. But that can't be allowed on the streets. It's too much of a safety hazard. Excessive heat warning. It said it felt like 98. It's now closer to 90. Yep, same here, Derpy. The heat index here in Tampa was 100 today. 6'4" in that squat was so fucked up you couldn't even reach the engine bay. I literally walked out, saw the truck, and said fuck not, and walked back in. JJ, I would have done the same fucking thing. I would have done the same thing. Just 100% no. Not dealing with that. I'll tell you what, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be brutal. Our highs here are going to be like 94, 95, and humid as fuck. The heat index is going to be up around 110 later on this week. I am not wanting to be outdoors for any of that. There's just so much no. Here's one they accuse you of not doing it because of the squat. I said, well, you're perfectly right, and I don't work on those shit boxes. Little Rich Boy got pissed then. Oh, you're only refusing to do the work because of this. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That's why I'm refusing to do the work. Like, it's one thing, like, if you've got a big piece of property like I have access to, and you've got a truck like that, and you just drive it around the property and, like, do your own dumb shit in it, whatever. Like, what you do on your property is your business. But don't be bringing that shit out in public. Truck camper one day, been looking at tiny homes and truck camping, shouts yes to me. You drove on the highway today, and that life says okay. Still thinking about the future tiny home? Fuck yeah, Matthew. I'm with you on that, dude. I know that I could do the tiny home, but I definitely don't need like a massive home. And I love having like, I've got a tent that fits over the bed of my truck, and then an air mattress that fits in it perfectly. And I fucking love using that thing. I don't use it nearly enough. It's gonna be about 93 for the next few days. Ouch, Squid. You work at a fucking AutoZone and not a shop with a lift and shit. Even worse, dude. Even why is he going to AutoZone and expecting you to work on his truck? Fuck no. What's your favorite word, Derp? Primordial? Why is that your favorite word? It sounds cool. I mean, I'll give you that. It is a nice sounding word. I'm more, I prefer Taco Cat. Because Taco Cat backwards is still Taco Cat. This marriage was cool though. He laughed and said to stop being so blunt to kids with ego and daddy issues. Love it. Your car can have the back seats lift up sideways so you can fit more stuff in the trunk. But you can take the back seats out, and I'm debating doing that so you can camp out in your car. That would be fun, Squid. Like I said, I like my truck tent. It's very nice. The only problem with the truck tent is if I go anywhere to like go camping or anything, because it covers the bed and it like straps to the wheel wells and stuff. Once I set the tent up, I can't move the truck until I take the tent down. Hey, what's going on, Jordan? How you doing, buddy? 60 square feet, more like up to 100-ish. 2 beds, bath, main living area, outdoor cooking area, bug-proof, pool, movie theater, hangout. Not a bad way to do it, Matthew. I would need a little bit bigger than that, honestly, because I would want room for, like, I don't need a lot of room. You know what I mean? Like, but I would need enough space for like my office and like gaming stuff. Like, I don't want some massive, like, you know, 4,000 square foot home or anything like that, but hey, Dragon.
That's it?
Thank you, Dragon. Much appreciate the resub. 22 months. God damn it, dude. Fucking legend over here. I already said, I have not, Derpy. I've not watched Apothecary Diaries. Just maybe the guy that lives in the tent on my truck and park it somewhere. JJ, I've considered it. Had that fake grass. You push when that shit gets old. I feel you on that one, Matthew. But I'm also like, I want a large property with just like a little cabin on it. That's what I want. I don't want a big house. Like, I feel these people that have like these big ass houses on like a small piece of property, and I'm just like, why? Why are you doing that? Dragon. The crotch goblins won't let me live out your mountain man dreams. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one, JJ. I'll get there though. Once the kids are out and stuff, I'll convince Book, and we'll move out into the mountains. Thinking of the light and heating bills. I mean, dude, if you've got the right place, the light and heating bills don't matter. No, not you, Dragon. Different crotch goblins. Do I sell those shinies? How'd you do for community? Yeah, Jordan, these things still hate me. They won't shine for me. And community day, I was at a friend's birthday and I got one shiny on community day because I couldn't really play. How did you do? But yeah, I just want a small like cabin home out in the mountains at a large piece of property where I can like hunt and fish and live off the land. You know, have a little area for livestock, have a couple of like, you know, cows, goats and shit like that. Nice, Matthew. Congrats, buddy. Anybody else do community day over the weekend? How'd you all do? It's terrible here right now. You have no place to put a fan where you sit. That sucks, Dragon. This AC I bought is definitely saving my life. It's oh, I already got that one. I sent you text what I got. Also, why did I not get your text then? I unblocked you. What the fuck? I have to look at it, Jordan. Those didn't come through. I have to see what my phone is doing. My phone's being stupid. But yeah, no. I figure, like, if I have the money for it, what I'd probably do is set up, like, a solar bank. Get, like, one of those, like, Tesla home batteries. And put a bunch of solar panels up. And try to, like, be as self-sufficient as possible. Where I don't need to worry about, like, being hooked up like that. You need an air conditioner. The cheapest one you can find is $140. Yeah, they're not cheap, Dragon. The one I got was like $200. You got an electric and a furfro? Nice shirt. I actually got a perfect IV non-shiny furfro from the research rewards, so that was pretty cool. And I ended up getting a perfect Skorupi as well from Team Rocket. It's purified, but it purified into a perfect IV. I got 2 perfects over the weekend. Ew, why ew? Nah, I prefer to have my perfects than having my shadows. Cause like, even perfect, I'm not gonna use it in battles, except maybe if there's like a special like Pokemon Go Battle League where you can't use evolutions. I might use it for something like that. Hell yeah, Jordan, perfect Cyndaquil, let's go. So yeah, I just like having my collection of perfect IV mons. That's all I care about. I think so far my rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go is I have a perfect Shadow Scizor. Like not purified, it's still Shadow and it's a 4-star. And then I have a Nundo Squirtle. I have a shiny 000 IV Squirtle. Your dad got a shiny Phalanx and a Hisuian Avalugg. Nice. I'm excited for next weekend though. Doing the Go Fest should be a lot of fun. It's gonna be another exhausting weekend though. Like just walking around for 8 fucking hours. I'm gonna be so tired next weekend again. Squirtle Squad. It'll be worth it. I hope so. Was it last year? No, last year was good. Last year we actually did pretty good. I got a bunch of shiny Rayquazas and a bunch of other stuff. The year before though was horrible. Okay, Jordan, you couldn't carry my fat ass. Who are you kidding? Don't even try that. I don't know how long it will last. I'm starting to get a heat migraine. I'm sorry, Dragon. This is gonna be a brutal summer. It's been hot as hell everywhere. Like, I can't even complain about Florida anymore because everybody is dealing with the same shit right now. Like, it doesn't matter where you live. Oh, Squid. You know what you were doing there. That was not an accident. You knew what you were doing. I'll join you, Dragon. Except Alaska. Dude, Alaska's been hot as shit too, like compared to their normals. You know, Alaska had its first severe thunderstorm warning in recorded history. Yeah, it's been wild. Pardon me, madame, but would it be alright if I blew on your husband? That's a fucking sentence right there. That is a fucking sentence. Let me see something. Lewis Thames. Man, Google's so dumb. I was trying to look something up, and it's not letting me look it up. All right, let's see the map. No, it's not looking it up. God damn it. Winter wasn't so bad. I would have fell over laughing too. Jordan, yeah, we're definitely gonna do the show in August. I'll probably drive though. I don't know that there's confirmation on that yet, Jordan. She might. I just don't know. Ah, fuck. I think she's debating it. Like, she's got. Last I talked to her, she's in a mindset of like it would be cool to do and all that, but she's not really sure about if she wants to like take the weekend and do all that. So we'll see when we get closer. Send a meme in Discord, huh? Why is it always videos with you guys? Hang on. Let's see. Thank you for the shiny luck, squids. That was a great one, Dragon. Oh my god. Fainted all there. Oh, derpy all the time. It's so weird because it's like, it's really weird. There's some times where like I'll get through every single emolga on this route and the executor will live the whole time. And there's other times where like I don't even get to hear and it's already dead. So it's kind of weird how it's been working out. Oh my god, Dragon, that was great. So Dragon's put a thing in the Discord in the memes section where it was a chick talking about like her gym experience. Oh my god, it's so great. Pokemon Gamer facts, straight facts. But she was saying like she never went to the gym because she was like afraid of like what it would be like there, and like she finally just was like, fuck it, I'm going to the gym. And she was like saying like after the first few days, it's like her favorite place because she was always like, oh, there's gonna be a bunch of big muscly guys there. It's gonna be scary. Thank you for the lurks, Poke. Thank you. And she was like, yeah, it's like I get to the gym and yeah, there's a bunch of these like big muscly guys there and everything, but they're all just paying attention to each other. Nobody gives a fuck about me being in the gym. It's so weird. And like how like, you know, they would like do their set and then they just go over to the mirror and flex for a bit and they all come over and hype each other up like, dude, like you're looking swole, like your arms are getting so big, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Pokemon Gamer, honestly, it was a valid first message. Hi Loki, what you doing, buddy? Over here. Come here, Loki. Come, there's a good boy. There's a good Loki. But I'm good, Pokemon Gamer. A little tired. It was a crazy weekend, so a little bit tired, but other than that, doing good. They really do, Pokemon Gamer. They really do. Hi, buddy. What you doing, huh? You happy to be home? No, you did tell me about that, Jordan. You did tell me. Nah, you're a good, Dragon. But yeah, she was talking about how, like, you know, I already unpinned it, Dragon. You're good. I was just saying how, like, they just start spotting each other and helping each other out and, like, hyping each other up. Like, come on, man, you got this. You got this. One more. You got this. Come on. It's just like, it is the most happy fucking place ever. Nah, you're good, Jordan. What happened, Pokemon Gamer? Why are you so happy, huh? No happiness allowed. This is a strictly unhappy stream. No, not true. It's just a button on here. You do it and it doesn't even ask if you want to pin it, just auto pins. Nah, it's all good, Dragon. It's all good. I figured it was an accident. And I figured you're not used to the mod view stuff and you're struggling to figure out how to unpin it. You had 2 shinies and DAs today. Your parents provided you a new internet, which is way faster. Hell yeah, Pokemon Gamer, hell yeah. What are the 2 shinies you got from DAs today? And yeah, see, my executor is dead already. And I'm on what, the 2nd or 3rd encounter of this route? Like, and last time it survived the whole way. Basculin and Kadabra, nice. Very nice. But yeah, the Sword and Shield hunts have been absolutely hating me lately. It has been horrible. I've been having the worst luck. These hunts need to end, because I know once these hunts end, I'm gonna go on a run of good luck that's gonna be like for the ages, and I'm excited for it. I just need to actually get these hunts over with so I can get to that. I'm trying to see something real quick, guys. Give me a second. Gotta see something real quick. Yeah, see? It's not... The fuck? Oh. Alright, so I found your text, Jordan. No, I don't want your shiny. Next hunt after this? Good question. Oh, Squid, I could go for some rotisserie chicken right about now. I think after Emolga, I'm gonna do a Selgor. And I think after Shelmet, I'm gonna do some Masuda hunts. Probably start with Blipbug. 2 outs by your Switch right now. It overheats like 10 minutes, then your hands feel like crazy. Oh god, that's gross, Dragon. That's gross. Should have made nuggets tonight, but the humidity. Dude, it is humid as shit everywhere. Like, what the hell? I mean, like, I kind of figured the Emolga was gonna take a minute because I had some good hunts on that Switch. But the shelmet is on the heels of Doughblade, and the fact that I went 7,700 and now at 3,400 back to back is wild. But how you doing, Jack? Clearly, Jack. Your hands swell up, so you try to stay as cool as possible. Oh God. Trying to recover from my crazy ass week that I just had. I did way too much this week. Just finished your shift? Nice. Time to relax and enjoy the rest of your Sunday then, huh? You're saying it's surrounded by water and full of swamps? Dude, it's gross when you live like that. You gotta finish the Masuda on the other two starters. Best of luck to you. I've got to say, I know I've got to do, I'm going to do Blipbug and Wimpod are going to be the first two Masuda hunts that I have to do that I'm going to work on. But realistically, I probably have to wait until after I get emolga to start them. Don't you hate that feeling, Jack, where you're like, God damn it, why did I get this so fast? Now it's going to suck. Ground on three sides of my water, the town you live in, not the state, so it gets humid fast. Oh. Dude, everybody like loves the thought of being surrounded by water until they are. Although it was funny, so when I was with Eric, we were talking about like, you know, just like the weather and stuff, and I was talking about like how I wouldn't mind moving out to his area of Florida because out on his side, they actually get a nice breeze off the sea. And so it helps it feel a little bit better because you like always have this little bit of a breeze coming in off the Atlantic. And he was like, yeah, when I came out to your place, that was the first thing I noticed was that there wasn't a breeze to notice. Because like that lack of a breeze definitely was noticeable immediately upon getting out of the car. One of the swamps appears to be your ass right now. God damn it, Dragon. I wait for a dry heat in Florida to stick your ass in a fire. Fact. That is actually real. That is the only way to experience a dry heat here. I'm telling you, I would take 115 in Arizona over 95 in Florida any fucking day. Because here's the thing, a lot of people don't realize this, right? Is when it's really humid out, it actually prevents your body from cooling itself down properly. Right? So like normally your body cools itself down because you sweat and then it evaporates off your skin and that cools you down naturally. But when it's humid, that moisture in the air sticks to you and it prevents that sweat and evaporate process from happening. And so it actually, the humidity and all that moisture in the air basically traps heat in your body instead of letting it out like it's supposed to. If hell is real when I go there, it's just gonna be Michigan in the summer. I'm pretty sure Florida would be it, not Michigan. But yeah, that's why that's true, Squid. Because in a dry heat, you sweat, it evaporates, you cool off a little bit. Humidity, you can't do that. It just traps the heat in your body and you just keep getting hotter and hotter. The more you know, right? Education time with Arthur. You call her hit and then blame her for how hot the house is. Oh, you call her hot and then say it's her fault because she's eating everything up. Gotcha. Yeah, I figured it out, Dragon. Don't drink on humid days. Why just eat gummies and drink lots of water? I still drink on humid days. If I didn't drink on humid days, I wouldn't drink at all. You lived in El Paso for a while and the heat wasn't anything to scoff at, but you could stay outside for hours and be fine because it was dry. Once the rainy season hit and that mixed with the heat, it was a nightmare. I feel you on that one, Squids. Sweat is making your fingers slip on the phone. Oh, God. I'm surprised I didn't drop my phone last night. For anybody that didn't see it, I posted some videos in the Discord. I did like a birthday video for Eric where I had him film me shotgunning a beer, and then I would grab the phone from him and I would front flip into the pool holding my phone. Although it wasn't really a front flip, it was more of a swanton bomb into the pool with, like, while holding my phone. It was a lot of fun. Your hair is permanently wet. See, I don't have that problem. Ah, Squiddy got him. Yes, Dragon, correct. It was really fun to do, though. But yeah, I'm surprised my drunk ass didn't drop my phone in the deep end. It manes like a horse. Oh, God. Y'all are so fucking weird sometimes. Just saying. Come on, where's my fucking shiny at? Jesus. The hot air balloon that caught fire in Brazil? I did not. I definitely did not see that. You guys see we fucking bombed Iran yesterday? Correction, orange bombed around. We're hostages. I mean, obviously we didn't do it. I know that much. I meant more that, like, the US did it. The good news is Iran has said they're going to take legal action against us and not retaliate, is what, or at least they didn't say they wouldn't retaliate. What they said was they were going to take legal action. So hopefully that means they're not going to retaliate. However, be prepared for gas prices to double here very soon. Because while they're not going to do any, they haven't said they're going to take military action against the US. They are basically going to fuck up the ability to ship oil around the world and fuck with oil production. So yeah, there's that whole thing. That's what I'm saying, Dragon. I'm gonna have to sell my fucking truck just to be able to afford the gas to put in it. Just another fucking day, Squid. It's always something. It's another war. It's a pandemic. It's a fucking shortage. It's a this. It's a that. Did I just live my fucking life? 158. How the fuck? It's like $3 here. And that was before all this shit happened. How the fuck are you getting gas for $1.58? Ah, okay. Gotcha, Jack. I was like, how the hell? Let me see something. I ignored that one intentionally, Dragon. I wasn't even gonna read that one out loud. I wasn't even gonna acknowledge you made that joke. Both of them, Dragon. Canadian is higher than USD, so you guys, gas price is just astronomical. I swear, yeah, it is. And it has been forever. God, dude, diesel and around here? Holy hell. $320 to $350 is the average diesel price in Florida right now. Ontario's close to Manitoba and Alberta where they pump the gas out of. That probably helps. It's so dumb too, like why we didn't shift to diesel. Well, I know why we did it, but it's insane that it was allowed to go the way it did. One arm, one leg, and a kidney. Not that high, but it's getting there. So here's the thing, we can make synthetic diesel fuels for pretty cheap that like run clean and get really good mileage. And so we don't do it because that would ruin the fucking oil industry. Only reason we don't do it. Like, it's insane to me. Like, as a species, we're always trying to evolve. We're always trying to improve and do different things, do better things. And the oil industry has such a chokehold on worldwide governments that we've completely stopped improving on how our transportation works, and instead of coming up with alternative fuel sources, better, you know, more fuel efficient cars and engines and things like that, we just continue to get 20-30 miles per gallon and use gasoline. It's so dumb. Forever be in the pockets of the highest bidder. Pretty much, Yeti. It's where we're at now. And nothing is changing. Miles and gallons. Hey, listen here, Jack. I was gonna make a joke about Imperial versus Metric, but honestly, like, I can't even front. Metric is so much better, and the fact that we just opted not to use it when the rest of the fucking world is like, yeah, this is better, is I got nothing. It's fucking stupid. Metric is so much better. Moving away from Reagan into Bush era. Is that really an improvement, Yeti? We measure in any way except the correct way. It's also a measure of beam with dicks. That's just a running joke, Dragon. The US will measure in anything except metric. It's just hilarious how we're stuck in a time loop. I mean, pretty much. Nice, Matthew. It's like 3:20 where I'm at right now, Jack. Dragon. The heat is getting to you, dude. The heat is getting to you. Now, I will say, the one thing I will argue on is using Fahrenheit. I think Fahrenheit is the better way to do it. Already on the, they need a regime change, so we're past the invasion right into the destabilize the government. Here, you mean, Yeti, or? I mean, overall, yes, Dragon. We do have an obesity problem, but it's one of those things in the US, either the people are fat as fuck or they're in absolutely insanely good shape. There's like no in between. How long will that take? If there's no traffic, like 10 minutes. So cool, but it could take an hour. Facts, Squid. Americans don't tell you the distance to a place. We tell you the time to a place. I'm trying to get here. How far is that? About 30 minutes. Well, how far is it? Well, I mean, it's 8 miles, but 84 per liter? God damn. But I mean, liters are also a lot smaller than gallons, no? Voldemort said they can't make Iran great again. The regime needs changing. Oh God, are we back into this shit? Is this really where we're at? Fuck me. Google temps for Steven's use of Celsius. I have to make a sticky note. That's great, Matthew. But no, so I heard somebody say this before, and it makes so much sense to me. Like, when you're talking about feel, Fahrenheit makes the most sense, right? When you're talking about like like cooking and stuff like that, Celsius makes the most sense. And when you're talking about science, Kelvin makes the most sense, right? When you're actually talking about like outside air temperatures and stuff, Fahrenheit makes more sense. Because when it's 0 degrees, you're really fucking cold. When it's 100 degrees, you're really fucking hot, right? But with there's a big difference between 80 and 85. But with Celsius, like, oh, it's gonna be 34 today versus, oh, it's gonna be 35 today. There's a massive change in that temperature. USD to C80, you guys, gas to be 61 here, even lower. What the fuck? Really? I did not think the US had lower prices than Canada. I will say though, Jack, I think you guys have a lot more tax attached to your gas prices, though, if I remember correctly, now that you got me thinking about it. But if you've ever driven on US roads, they're not in the greatest condition. No, it doesn't, Squid. Fahrenheit makes way more sense for outside temperature. I wish we did cooking in Celsius, because cooking in Celsius would make more sense. 13%? That isn't too bad. Well, so no, I mean, 0 being the freezing point makes sense, and that's why I said when you're looking at, like, cooking, stuff like that, it makes sense. Like, you know, this water is going to freeze at 0. Like, that makes sense. This water is going to boil at 100. Like, that makes sense from a cooking standpoint. But when you're looking at, like, ambient temperatures, Fahrenheit just makes more sense because there's such a variance between 2 degrees Celsius that doesn't show. And, like, you know, saying it's 34 degrees out, that makes it sound like it's fucking cold out when it's not. So I'd rather say it's 90 than 34, you know? And again, there's a big difference between 31 and 32 degrees Celsius, but you don't know it. Celsius doesn't really give you that change. So Fahrenheit makes more sense when you're talking about weather temperature. It's a little more accurate to how you feel. Gallons there is 231. God damn. That's actually really cheap. I did not think it would be that way. All right. So yeah, Jack, I looked it up. Our gas tax is just the straight 18 cents per gallon. All right, Dragon, try to cool down, buddy. Oh, because you were raised at the wrong temperatures. Jeez. So yeah, our gas tax is a lot lower. Because 18 cents per gallon is going to be less than 9 cents per liter. So yeah, that makes a big difference on that. Squid. General battle luck will only end if you carry a Zeroni up the mountain and sing while they drink. Dude, I don't think anything is going to end this bad luck streak. This is just going to be the rest of my Pokemon career. The rest of my shining hunting career is just going to be having these wild overodds hunts again and again and again until I give up on getting the shinydex. It's 10%. I mean, 10 cents per liter. All right, that's not that much higher than us then. That's only slightly higher. But Yeah, no, I like Fahrenheit for temperature, but I do think metric would be a better system to use outside of that. Like, why is it like 1,320 feet is a quarter mile? Like, the fuck? Like, that's such a stupid way to measure. Like, a quarter of something should be, you know, 25. Just all of our measurements are just like, oh, well, it took the horse 72 steps to make it this distance. And so we're just going to call that this. Measure weight in stones. But even that one, at least, like, the measurement itself doesn't make sense, but how they got to it makes sense. This weighs as much as this stone. Yeah, the hands to measure horse height is so weird. I've never understood how they came to that one. That one is super dumb. About 345 hands. Well, I will say, as much as I do honestly prefer metric to imperial, I just think it's objectively a better system. It's always weird to me to see people's height in centimeters instead of like feet. Like, that part to me it always trips me out when it's like, oh, this person's so many centimeters tall. Like, why are you measuring in centimeters? Like, why are you using the smallest unit, like one of the smaller units of measurement to measure your height? Like, do you just want a bigger number so you feel better? Like, what the hell? I don't know, Jack. It always trips me up. Like, because measuring in centimeters would be like saying I'm 68 inches tall. Like, it doesn't feel right to me to not use the larger sequence, right? Why wouldn't you say I'm, you know, fucking, what is it after centimeters? Hold on, I don't know my height. But yeah, so like, you know, for Imperial, for the US, you say like, oh, I'm 5 feet 8 inches, right? You wouldn't say I'm 68 inches. And so that part always trips me out, like that they don't go up to the next unit. Because what is it after centimeters? Isn't there something? No, I guess there is no other measurement. So I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense because you wouldn't be. I mean, I guess it makes sense in that. Well, I don't know, I guess it makes sense. Like, you could say like I'm 5.8 decameters. Like, it's just weird to me to use centimeters. I don't know why. It just trips my brain out to like stay with the smaller one. We don't talk about decameters. Apparently that's why you just say centimeters, because nobody acknowledges decameters exist. Centimeters or meters. They're in the void now. I mean, you could say I'm point, you know, well, like 0.75 meters. That would work. It would make more sense than saying centimeters. I guess it wouldn't. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I've never been able to like get my head around the centimeters thing with height. Because I always think centimeters, I think like a really small measurement. So it doesn't make sense here to measure something that's relatively large and reference it to the smaller measurement. You know what I mean? You're one of those brains that can't do any type of math. Like, I still have to count on your fingers. I mean, it's a lot easier to count on your fingers with metric. Run. Did I had to have missed one. Why am I on? I missed an emolga. Now I got to go back and find it. Fuck. All right, I didn't miss the first one again. I did that before. So which one did I miss? I didn't miss that one. 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 What the fuck? Why is my counter off by 1? I'm so confused right now. Size 10 shoes and your mom is like, what the fuck? Everyone in your family is 8 and below? Damn. Not as long as because the chunky. I'm a size 10. Did my auto counter just fuck up? Because I don't see an emolga that I missed. Alright, no idea what happened there on that emolga. Everything's confusing and you have big feet. It's a weird world to live in. Not gonna lie, a little strange. Run away. God damn it. Put a 30-minute timer for me doing Masuda right now. I'll try to inform you if I remember in 30 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna finish this line of emolgas and then I'm gonna step away for a minute. I want to go grab something to eat. I got hungry. I've had some SpaghettiOs today and that's it. And I got hungry now. Oh, I could just go take a bite out of book. That would work. They do Amazing Digital Circus. I've never even heard of that, Squids. What happened, Jack? I tell you what didn't happen. A fucking shiny. Just tripping thinking you're seeing a ghost in your room. I mean, if you thought you saw a ghost, you probably did. But the good news is, it clearly isn't a vengeful spirit or anything, so you're good. They were just passing through. They're just trying to live their afterlife, you know? That's all. They ain't trying to mess with nobody. They just doing ghosty stuff. Boom, bum, 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 bum. I want to run away. I've got to get away. All right, I will be right back, guys. Give me like 2 minutes. I was gonna grab something quick. All right. Okay, I'm back. I got chips and salsa. Got chippies and the salsies. You'd like it. It's got an SAO plotline. I mean, it's been a bizarre circus like world that has these little skits for a made-up TV show. Interesting. That's definitely different. I've got to catch up on so many shows. I haven't been able to watch shit lately. It's really annoying me. It's been nice working from home the last couple weeks. I've been able to catch up on some stuff and watch some stuff I've been wanting to watch. But now being off this week, I'm not going to get to watch anything. Animated really well too. It's on Netflix. I'll have to check it out. That's a hell of an announcement, Jack. Just out of nowhere, like, yo, we're moving. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. Sundays are anime watching day. You're trying to catch up on anything. I need a day like that, Jerks. Hey, Jack, gotta do what you gotta do, man. I will say, when I first got out of the army, I moved a lot, and I fucking hated it. It's been nice living. Like, I've been in the same area now for 7 or 8 years, and in the same house for like 5 years. Yeah, it's been over 5 years. I moved into this house just before COVID hit. Like, literally just before COVID, I moved into here. Yeah, no, seriously, you know the feeling moving around a lot? Yeah. Like, I don't mind moving, but I just like moving often. When I first got out of the military, like, I just had so much shit going on. I moved like 8 times in 3 years or some shit like that. It was horrible. Eight years? That's a pretty good time span. I feel like, realistically, I want to move 2 more times in my life. If I can move 2 more times, I'll be happy. I'll even accept 3 more. But no more than that. I only say 3 because I want to move out of this house when our lease is up in early next year. Because I just want to have a bigger place where I can have an office inside and not have to have my office be in the garage. So that's the only reason I would move now. Yes, but I would imagine that would be horrible. Luckily, my childhood, we stayed in one place, but I can imagine that would suck a lot. If not for wanting to move into a better place to have like an office and stuff, I want to eventually be in a position to buy a house. And I want that to be where I live until I go wherever I'm gonna die. Heal it or is it doomed to faint? No, but it's just doomed to faint because I'm doing resets. So if I heal it, I have to completely reset. I have to completely redo the whole thing to get it set up to hunt. And so it's just stuck this way until I get the shiny. It's too much work. If I had done it in the beginning, which would have been smart, it would have made sense. But at this point, it doesn't make any sense. Best of luck to you, Jack. Yeah, because even if I healed him, once I reset, he goes back to not having his health. And if I heal him and save, it fucks up the resets. Yeah, no, I get you, Jack. I get you, man. That's a shitty situation. It's just wild that it was so sudden, Jack. Like, just, oh, this is happening. But there's been a few instances where, like, there was a chance we were gonna have to move for, like, my job. And anytime it was even, like, a remote possibility, I would sit the family down and be like, look, here's the situation. This is what's going on with my job. I might be getting transferred. We might be having to move here. I'll know in a couple of months. I'll let you know, but this might be happening. It was never like a sudden. You just moved in 3 weeks ago and now you have to leave next month. What the fuck? Only 3 weeks? That's insane. Derp, I've heard that. I've heard that when it's not on the docking station with the fan, the Switch 2 gets super hot. Yeah, Jack, the egg distribution in Scarlet and Violet is so weird. Like, you'll get a whole bunch of eggs and then all of a sudden you'll get nothing for a while. It's like, why isn't it a consistent timer? Like, why is it so fucking random? Chips and salsa. It's in its dock. It doesn't get bad on handheld, but you feel it can overheat. Really? You think it's the opposite? I guess that makes sense because when it's on the dock, the performance goes up on the dock, so it does make more sense that it would get hotter there. But I thought they had the cooling set up to prevent that. It's weird that it gets that hot. I mean, yeah, I feel like the rule is never buy the first run of any product. So, Yeti, question for you. How many sleeper cells in the US do you think just got activated? And how many do you think will actually be told about? None, derp. I don't believe I've ever accidentally given away any eggs. Countless, and only if one does something with purpose and obvious intent. So you don't think the ones they discover and stop before they actually do anything, they'll tell us? Well, they've already fucked up oil production, Yeti. Or not production, but transport. But I think even like... I'm trying to think how to... if they do think it will be a big show, but the person will just be a regular citizen just happening to get selected, if you picking up... I get you. Oh. Maybe once or twice, derp. Like, I don't think I've done it that often. I'm sure I've done it, but I don't feel like it's happened all that often. So here's the thing, Yeti. You gotta, like, looking at it... I don't see them taking any, like, actual military action, but they do fund a lot of suspicious activities. You know what I mean? More than Russia, China decide to intervene on their behalf because that door just got flung open. I definitely don't see Russia getting involved. They're struggling with Ukraine. So Russia getting involved doesn't worry me. But I'm kind of looking at it as like, even if, right? Even if, you know, the Iranian government doesn't actually do anything officially. They don't do anything militarily. There are a lot of groups out there that are anti-American. And, you know, this whole situation just kind of, gives a little more motivation for those groups to act on their hatred, you know what I mean? That kind of has me a little bit concerned at this point. Hey, let's go, GB. Come here, salsa. GB, I am going through it, bud. I am going through it. This has been bad. It's coming, GB. The break is coming. I'm gonna be taking a break from Pokemon altogether here in the near future. Possibly starting tomorrow. I really wanted to finish these hunts before I took that break, but yeah. I might just take the break in the middle of it. You know what, Yeti? I'd welcome it. GB. Pending some work stuff this week, the plan was to start Resident Evil Village tomorrow. But I have to see tomorrow what happens with work. I might have to put Resident Evil on hold until next week because work is going to be kind of crazy this week. And I want to really make sure, like, I have the time and the energy to enjoy the game. I've never played Village before. And so if I'm going to be all fucked up and half asleep and shit, I don't want to be playing Village. Forgot where I was for a second there. So yeah, definitely going to be taking a break from Pokemon and shiny hunting here very soon. I had planned on starting Resident Evil tomorrow, but I forgot how crazy work's gonna be. And I was thinking about it earlier today on my drive home from Eric's, and I was like, I don't know that I want to start this game this week with everything that's going on. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm still hoping to start Resident Evil tomorrow, but I gotta see how things go. My boss is in town this week to start this project off, so I gotta see tomorrow what the schedule for the week is, if we're expecting to be working late, if we're gonna be doing a bunch of crazy shit, how it's all gonna go. Once I have the actual schedule for the week for my normal job, I can figure out my schedule for the week for stream. So we'll get there. We'll figure it out. I'm very excited to experience the glory that is the mother of all Dami mommies in Resident Evil Village. I hope you do get the shiny there, Jack. I hope you do get it, man. You could use a little bit of a pick-me-up. It's honestly confusing the absolute hell out of me how I don't have either of these shinies yet. Like, this is fucking wild right now. I mean, 3,500 on both hunts, like, there's no fucking way this shit should be happening. Nah, you're good, Jack, you're good. We all have our moments. We all have our moments. I was reading everything to myself on that, Jack and Squid. It just didn't feel like it needed to be said out loud on stream, you know what I mean? I just kind of let you guys have your moment there and just kind of kept up with it. Nah, you're good, Squid. We take care of each other, you know that. Right? What do I say? Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. You were just doing what I've been telling you to do for 3 years. It takes a real shitty dad to get mad at you for doing exactly what he told you to do. Well, I mean, the oldest should take the role of oldest. That just makes sense, Jack. But, so here's that, right? So, fuck that, it messes you up. Well, all right. So I had this conversation with Llama very recently. And I told him, like, being there for others and helping others and taking care of the people you care about is definitely a good positive thing, right? Don't ever, like, you should take pride in that when you're there for people. But I told him, don't care for others at the expense of yourself. Right? Don't make your life worse trying to make somebody else's life better, because that's not going to help anybody out. You know, it's not good for either party in that. Take care of yourself first, make sure you're good, and then with whatever you have left over, then go and be that person for somebody else, right? But don't put yourself in a bad spot by trying to help other people, because if you're not taken care of and you crash, now what happens? Right? If this person's relying on you and you fall apart, now you're both fucked. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation ever. Exactly, Squid. Exactly. Put your oxygen mask on first, then help somebody else. Like, just apply that logic to, like, normal life situations. You know, if other people rely on you, you just fuck everybody over if you don't take care of yourself. You know, I'm at the point I'm only helping if you're someone I give a shit about. Well, again, right? Take care of yourself first. Handle your own shit. If you've got your own shit going on, and you don't really have the time or energy or patience to help somebody else, then don't. Fix your own shit. I will also say the next step to all of that is don't waste your time on people who are not willing to take care of themselves. And this one sounds really fucked up, and it honestly is a little fucked up, but if somebody's not willing to put in the time, energy, and effort to handle their own shit, and they just expect you to pick up the pieces and handle it for them, fuck that person. Don't waste your time on anybody who's not willing to put the time in for themselves. Are you worth me helping? Always been the rock of the family, but over that role? Yeah, that's kind of what I was just saying, Yeti. If somebody isn't willing to do the work on their end, fuck that. Don't do it all for them. You should be a helping hand. You shouldn't be fucking carrying somebody up a mountain that has the ability to walk. You know what I mean? So it actually brings, it reminds me of something that happened with my dad, like fucking 10, 15 years ago. And so like, I'm trying to think how to, my dad came up with something and he made a ton of money off of it, right? My dad did stock stuff and he figured out some shit and he had a website where he was giving people stock advice. And a bunch of people were like making fucking bank off my dad's stock advice, and they were sending him money as a thank you. And like he was getting, like, making tons of money. People buying subscriptions to his website for the advice, sending him gifts and thank you money and all this other shit. And he was fucking making a ton of money doing this. And he fucking wasted all the money on stupid shit. And it wasn't like stupid shit in the normal sense. Like, he spent all the money like on either drugs or just other people, like trying to help other people out of bad situations and all this stuff. But it was like all the people he was helping were all the people he knew from buying drugs. They were all drug addicts. They were in bad situations and needed the money because they spent all their money on fucking drugs. And so he just kept going through this cycle where he would get money and he would distribute it to all these drug addicts to help them. And then he would get money and he would just do it again and do it again and do it again. And before he died, we were having a conversation and he had this moment of clarity where he was like, you know, I look at like how you and your brothers live, and I think about all the money I pissed away trying to help all these fucking, you know, drug addicts. And I'm so stupid because if I could have helped you guys, and that would have been a way better use of all of it, and that would have been the right thing to do as a dad. But instead, I was so caught up in trying to, you know, be like the Robin Hood for all these crackheads that I fucked everybody over. But that's like, you know, what you're saying, like, help the people who are worth helping, right? Like, don't just sit there and ruin your life and ruin other and fuck everything up for yourself trying to help somebody else just exist. Like, it's just a wild idea to do all that. Dude, if one of these fucking Pokemon doesn't shine here soon, I'm going to scream. And then relying on you becomes taking advantage of you, and it just spirals. Like, you know. Somebody's, you know, it's one thing to, like, you know, need help and rely on somebody else for help, you know, to help you out through hard times. But it's another to when you're not able, like, you're not willing to put in the work on your end and you just rely on them to carry you through. Like, nah, like, put on your arm floaties, jump in the pool, swim to the other side. You'll be good. The crash out is going to be the stuff of legends. It's coming. Like, I can feel it. It's building. Like, here, let's do some fucking math real quick, guys. Let's do some fucking math. Let's say 7730 plus 3544. All right. So, accounting for Doughblade and Venipede, plus these two hunts, and my last four Sword and Shield hunts that I've started, I have gotten a grand total of 1 shiny. Care to guess how many total encounters I have done across those 4 hunts to get 1 fucking shiny? $17,100 encounters to get 1 shiny. At 1365 odds, I should have found 12 shinies by now. I should have found 12 with the amount of encounters I've done. I have found a grand total of 1 in over 17,000 encounters. Go hunt OG games and go go hunt OG games, right? I mean, like, if I'm gonna go this many reset encounters and resets to get a shiny, I might as well make it more interesting and hunt in the older games. Oh, I want to be drunk in Eric's pool again. It was so much more fun than this. Dude, this is right. These hunts have me so fucked up. The other day when I was streaming, I literally like went into my bag and made sure that I did in fact have the shiny charm. Because I honestly started doubting my memory of getting it with how bad these hunts have been. Actually, I just realized between these two hunts, I've now done over 7,000 encounters between the two of them. Yep, we're back to 7,000 encounters without a shiny. Didn't we just go through this like a week ago? Didn't we just do this? Thank you for the Dirk Squiddies. Ugh. The worst part is when I start getting into like these super high encounters like this, I always get worried that I'm gonna fail the shiny, that like I'm gonna reset over it or something. Because I just get so used to like resetting the game, running away, whatever, that like I just go into autopilot mode. And I always worry that like I'm just not gonna be paying attention fully and just reset over the fucking shiny without meaning to. I've come really close to doing it in the past. Some of y'all have seen those ones where like it shines and as it's spawning, I'm already hitting the reset. Like I've come very close in the past to doing it. I'm still worried I'm going to do it one day. Hopefully it never happens, but I worry that one day it will. You've seen the shiny, hit the home button, your brain catches up. Like, wait, that's a shiny quickly. Yeah, that's what I've done, Derp. I've done that a lot in Sword and Shield. I've had way too many instances that hunt Palkia with color invert might help a bit. I mean, Palkia is not an easy one to spot. Like, once you see the non-shiny enough, you definitely notice the shiny. It's one thing I've noticed doing a lot of these hunts where like the change isn't that drastic. Once you see the normal one enough, as soon as there's a slight change to it, you fucking notice it. That was how I noticed Regice when I did Regice. I was so afraid doing Regice that I wasn't going to notice the shiny. And I was being so paranoid and careful with Regice. And when it finally shined, I noticed that shit fucking immediately. Because I'd seen the regular one so many times that as soon as it was different, it just clicked immediately. Also, I usually don't do it, but I think I need to start putting my YouTube streams. I need to start putting the links in the self-promote sections of some of my Discord people that I know. I need to start doing something to get the YouTube streams gain some traction. Otherwise, I might as well just stop doing it. Oh, I did not mean to hit that. Thank God it wasn't shiny. That would have been horrible. Can you imagine if I had phase on the Cramorant? I am not Yeti now. You need to do it in the shorts format. I can't do this in the shorts format though. Because the way I'm doing it through OBS, I can't have YouTube be in a different format. And the YouTube dashboard won't let me I mean, if you can tell, because I've looked into doing that and it literally doesn't let me change it on YouTube because of the broadcast format from OBS. An OBS add-on for what? No, Yeti, I have the add-on that lets me stream to YouTube through OBS. I'm using that. But on the YouTube side, it won't let me change it to shorts format because of the broadcast format in OBS. Well, YouTube will let me go live on my YouTube page, but it won't let me do it as a short. I don't know if I just don't have permission to stream in shorts through it or what. If I go through my phone, if I stream from my phone, it'll automatically stream to the shorts category. But when I do it through OBS, it won't let me. You're doing it in streaming to all three, can help? Let me know, because yeah, I've tried to do it. Like, I can stream to TikTok fine, but I don't have a stream key for TikTok. So when I do the TikTok streams, I have to use the TikTok app that, like, to do the streaming through that instead of OBS. I mean, I've seen other people do it. You just have the studio? All right. So yeah, so I stream through TikTok Studio when I do the TikTok streams, which I don't think I'm gonna continue doing. It really just wasn't working out there. Like, I was getting view, like, people were like clicking through. Nobody was sticking around for it. Although what I was thinking of doing was like changing up the way I had the TikTok Studio to where it would, instead of just streaming the OBS page the way it is now and having it be a horizontal format on a vertical format, I was thinking about just having the using the TikTok app to basically like recreate my layout to make it a vertical layout and just not have my VTuber on the TikTok streams. I was thinking about trying that. You know, viewers connect to a character or face more than the game. I mean, that's true. I mean, they're seeing the VTuber and scrolling away instantly as well, so does it really make a difference? VTuber problems, just content creator problems, not even VTuber problems. The crash out is building. It is building fast. I'm so over these long ass fucking hunts. Like, holy fuck. It's something just fucking shine already. Fuck, I'm fading, guys. I was exhausted to start stream, and my energy level is plummeting even further. And these hunts are not helping. I'm starting to struggle. Appreciate it, Yeti. I keep forgetting to run away on that final shell, emolga too, like a fucking idiot. Be that time of the night. You may go for 3.5 hours. Yeah. I mean, it's still early for me. It's not even 11. But I was exhausted going into stream. We're 3.5 hours into this bullshit. It might just be getting to that point in the night where it's time to just move on. I really wanted one of these hunts to end tonight, though. Especially if I'm going to take a break from Pokemon for a bit. I really didn't want to take a break with both of these hunts still active. You know what I mean? I wanted one of them to be done. But apparently, that's just too much to fucking ask for. Ah, damn, Jack, that sucks, man. I've been watching this anime takes place in the far past. Every episode takes place in the far. There's a disclaimer that says it's a fictional story. None of the characters' events are real. Did they real? I mean, is it like loosely based on like historical events, Derpy, or is it like clearly made up? You think it's made up, but you don't know what year it is? Gotcha. It might be just like... There might be some, like, connection. And so they just want to be clear that, like, this shit is fake. Bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 ba ba bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 bum. Apparently from the Tangming dynasty, it also incorporates aspects from other periods. Gotcha. Okay, so there is some like historical connection then. That makes more sense than that they would put that there like, hey, This shit didn't really happen. Don't go taking this as a history lesson. Never underestimate the Yeti there, Derp. Ugh. Just not when it matters. I was gonna make a joke along those lines, Yeti, and I just didn't have the energy to do it. Fuck you, emolga. Alright. We're gonna do 2 more shelmets here. 1 more shelmet here. Get to that 3,600 and call it a night, guys. Last check incoming.
I'm just getting very unlucky with this thing.
And 3,600 is not shiny. Very sad for me. Very sad for me. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna try to get some rest. Hopefully I get some fucking sleep tonight. Tomorrow will hopefully be Resident Evil. We'll see what happens at work, and then I'll make my decision on the week from there. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Hope y'all had a good time. Have a great rest of your night and a great day tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and I will see you back here for the next happy hour.